Hi, it's Brad Gilley. We're here with Kurt Busch, the driver of the Double Deuce. Now, Jamie Little from ESPN, we got to give her credit for coining that term. But now it's the number 22, the Pennzoil Dodge. And my gosh, I know you got a new sunglass deal with Tag Heuer, but I may need some of those right now just to look at this suit.
Oh, the yellow is bright, and that's the Pennzoil colors. We're loving it. And, you know, they want to be known. They want to be recognized as a clean group because clean engines perform better. So I'm even learning the taglines that go along with it. Great group from Houston with Shell Pennzoil now and 22. It's going to be different for our fans to get used to, and so we got to get it pushed out there as much as we can.
All right. I'm told the first thing I need to ask you here today is what you did yesterday. What happened?
I was drag race testing, having a lot of fun with getting that car going. Just a little bit different paint scheme than what we have here in Cup land. So in NHRA land, with our Pro Stock car, it's got Shell on the hood and Dodge on the side, showing all of our partners over here and trying to get ready for the Gator Nationals. Doing some testing, making some passes is what they call it, some laps, so to speak. And the fastest we've run so far is a 6:57. I ran a 6:58 yesterday at 210 miles an hour. So it's pretty wild. But right now, Alan Johnson, the Mopar guys who we've teamed up with, they're fast. They're a few hundredths faster than us. And when you say hundredths, that's a different game. You know, when you get into pro stock racing, it's that tight, and you got to hit your marks every time. It's very fine-tuned on what you have to do in drag racing.
Hey, what's incredible to me, you know, back when pro stocks were, you know, running 7-second lap times and maybe 198 miles an hour. Now you guys are going 210, and it's 1,000 feet instead of the quarter mile, right?
No, it's still a quarter mile for pro stock cars. But what I'm like right with you. I used to see pro stock cars do 7.5 seconds. So now they're a second quicker, and it's amazing the technology in the cars, what they're focused on to create the forward bite, like what we talk about with forward bite at short tracks. So there's a lot of cross-pollination that goes on, but it's just a whole different animal. And the way I best explain it is a drag race is like a 100-yard dash. And a NASCAR race, it's more like a marathon where you get in that groove for 500 miles.
All right, I want to ask you about one specific track, and that's your hometown, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We saw your brother Kyle get to victory lane there, and I know is that like the one that burns the most for you right now?
Well, they're all tops. No matter what race it is, you want to crack through and win. And I've treated this Daytona International Speedway with respect over the years, and it's been kind to me. I finished third a few times and hoping to break through here. Phoenix the week after that, and then on to Vegas. You know, Vegas is a big event for the Busch brothers, and to see him win, yeah, I'm a bit jealous, but he deserved to win. He did it outright, and we've got to go do our job this next year and see what we can do to pull our car into victory lane as many weeks as possible with our new sponsorship.
You were the man in the month of May in 2010, winning the All-Star race, winning the Coca-Cola 600. Is that kind of where your strengths are right now, maybe the mile-and-a-half tracks? What's good for Kurt Busch?
Well, we know that we were good there last year at some of the mile-and-a-halves, and then it started to tail off towards the end, and we started running better on the short tracks. It's weird how the cycle works in NASCAR, and just when you're at this Cup level, you have to stay on top. And to stay on top, you have to continue to advance the program.
And the short tracks, obviously, one of your most dominant ones was Bristol Motor Speedway for so many years. What is it about, say, a track like that you were able to literally dominate the track?
Well, just the old rough and tough bump and run attitude at Bristol. The way you used to have to hug the bottom of the racetrack and hunt to find that groove off turn 2. That was the toughest part about that track. And now turn 4 is the toughest spot in my mind with the new configuration. And so you just always have to continue to find ways to win and adjust your car accordingly. And right now, the new Bristol's given me some tough challenges, but we finished third there last spring, so hopefully we'll build on that.
When we look at your uniform here, one of the things you have on it that not a whole lot of drivers can is NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. You've tasted that championship. You know what it feels like. Does that make you want it that much more now?
Well, absolutely. I mean, to come out on top in 2004 and to beat a guy like Jimmy Johnson, who nobody knew then exactly where we would stand today, and to have him as a 5-time defending champion, and to say that I'm one of the guys that held him off and beat him in one of the closest points battles, it's special. And I know that if I get back into that situation, things will be different, but I can always bank on that experience to know what to do to try to bring it home again and to bring the first championship to Penske Racing in the Cup Series.
I was going to say, if you get to that position where you and Jimmy are racing for the title, you're going to be trying to get into his head a little bit saying, hey, last time we were here, I beat you.
That's right. I mean, you get into that point in the season and those games they play out, and there's no sense in doing that. You got to go focus on your race car and beat those guys. They've got the upper hand because they've done it 5 years in a row. You're not going to mess with those guys.
All right, Kurt Busch, we hope to see you in Victory Lane a lot. Beautiful looking car, beautiful fire suit, and man, it's going to be fun to watch that yellow car going around the track.
I appreciate it. To all our fans out there, number 22, Shell Pennzoil Dodge. Thanks a lot, guys.